Hello, who's ready for some retro love? Look at these cool little signs. So there's 4 different sayings on this, or 4 different versions of the word love on this transfer, and we're going to do one tonight. My name is Debbie. I'm with Create Pretty Things. Welcome. Please say hello as you jump on. Let me know where you're watching from. Hit the heart button. And tonight's word of the day is retro, R-E-T-R-O. When you comment that, check your messenger and you'll receive a shopping cart full of all the goodness that I just created with this sign. Okay, we've got this cute little surface. On one side, it's just a plain brown wooden looking heart. On this side, it's a chalkboard. You can use both sides. So we're gonna go ahead and take out this string to start. And we are gonna use the black side. We're gonna use some really pretty colors tonight. I hope you guys like them. And you guys, I'm trying to get more people on my live. So if you would, please type in !notify in the comments, and that will give you live notifications when I'm on, so you'll know and you won't miss anything. I'd appreciate it so much. All right, so we're going to do a couple things. I think we're going to go ahead and do this love outline and this love insert. And then the background, we're going to put some polka dots on this. Alrighty, and get out my fuzzing towel. I'm not going to use my fuzzing towel. We're going to go ahead and do this word, the background for the word love first. These are our sticky, reusable silkscreen transfers. And I am just going to go ahead and place this on my shirt and lift it a couple times. Now this is called fuzzing, and the purpose is to add a little into the back so it's not too sticky. The sticky is what makes them good though, and we do want to take care of that sticky. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this right in the center of my heart. And it's going to be perfectly aligned, of course. Let's make sure this is sitting straight. Get this on there. I don't know, but I'm getting tired of having things off-centered. So let me just kind of measure a little bit here. That is 3 on the dot, and that is 3 on the dot. Okay, guys, I hope it's straight. Let's go ahead and get started with our chalking. Now, my idea, I believe, is to do the background, this beautiful Chalk Couture teal. It's called Couture Teal color. And we're going to do the insert, which we're going to layer on one of these pieces. I think it's going to be this one. And we're going to do that in Bumblebee. So I've smoothed my transfer on. I'm making sure there's not any air bubbles where I need to paste. I'm going to dip my squeegee into the Couture Teal. I'm going to smooth it right over this transfer, covering all the silkscreen areas. And this is a little hard to tell since it's so dark a surface underneath, but it's okay. We're going to get this. I'm making sure I'm getting all my tops and bottoms done because I sometimes neglect them. And once I have this smoothed on, I'm just going to take off the excess paste, smooth this out a little bit. This will help with it to look very nice, and it will also help it dry a little faster. And I may have a little air bubble right here under this L. You see. No, actually, it looks really good. Okay, anything extra, I put back into my jar. Now we're going to carefully peel this up. We're going to do it slowly because I've already got blue on my fingers. If we missed anything, we can lay it down before it's completely off and repaste it. So right now we're assessing, and to me, it looks perfect. Doesn't look like, oh yeah, it does look pretty good. I'm going to clean as I go. So I'm just going to lay my transfer down. I am going to spray it with just some plain old tap water. My little sign fell down. Once again, guys, please type in !notify in the comments so you'll receive live notifications when I'm on. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get a paper towel. I'm going to smooth this over to grab all that extra paste off of the top of this transfer. And then I'm going to get what's called a board eraser. Now, I did put a board eraser in your shopping cart. I think that they're just really valuable in cleaning these transfers. It's like a magic eraser sponge. This one's pretty well used. They're thicker when you get them. I'm just going to wipe over the top and see how it grabbed more paste out of there. Now, you do want to clean both sides, front and back. So I'm going to lightly rub over the back side. And then I am going to dry this with a paper towel, both sides. When you dry this on the back sticky side with a paper towel, when it's wet, it's just going to glide right over. The sticky will come back. Make sure you dry it really, really well. I'm going to save that paper towel. And I want to see if my post is coming up tonight. I'm having problems with my live showing. And my computer is getting lazy too. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the backer sheet. This is how you store them. You want to put them on here and make sure they're sticky and they're sealed onto the paper. And that way they will be good to go so that you can reuse those between 8 and 12 times. Okay, I do have a little spot here that's extra. I'm just going to get a little tiny piece of paper towel with some water. And I'm going to scrub that off. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dry this back part because we're going to put another transfer on top. We don't want that to peel off the paste that we already have down. I'm drying it pretty good because if it's wet, it's going to stick to the back of my transfer that I'm going to lay over the top. And it probably could damage the paste that I just put down. So I'm going to dry it really well. I am debating going ahead and waxing this, but I think it's going to make the black part be really smudgy. So I'm not going to wax, but I am going to fuzz this other transfer really, really well so that hopefully the sticky parts that do stick to it will not pull up the paste. Okay. So once again, I'm going to stick it on my shirt. You can do it on your pants, do it on a dish towel, a regular towel. You can do it on a drying mat, do it on your jeans, anything that's going to pick up a little bit of lint. So you want it to be fabric. Okay, let's hope that this is going to work. I'm going to lay this down inside. Now these are pretty translucent, so they're pretty easy to see through. I am a little worried because some of this might stick to the newly chalked surface. But I'm just going to smooth it on, make sure there's no air bubbles. I'm going to get a different squeegee. You can use the same one and clean it off if you want. Load it up with a little bit of chalk paste and smooth it over the new design. This is so easy, so relaxing. I love these colors. I hope you do too. I think it's going to pop. Look how much paste I had left over at that time. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in my jar. Don't want to waste. We'll pull this off. Success. It did not pull off the paste down below. Let me get this wet. And I'll show you guys right now. Love. It kind of reminds me of the show Love American Style. Many of you are probably way too young to remember that, but Love American Style was a funny little show, a comedy on the TV for quite a while. And then there's also The Love Boat. I wonder how many movies have the name love in them, the word love in their name. That might be a good question to ask. Movies or TV shows? These are cleaning up beautifully, really easy. Of course, we're not using the really dark paste. We're using something that's not as highly pigmented. The blacks and the reds and some of the navy blue are very highly pigmented, and they could stain the teal part of your transfer, but just get all that paste out of there. That's all you have to do. Now I'm going to go ahead and dry this up really well because we're going to put another transfer over it. And I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. We want to put the background all in polka dots. So I think I'm done with my squeegees here. And go ahead and cap up my paste. The two that I'm not going to use anymore. Set those aside. I think this looks so cool, guys. Look at that. Okay, so here it is so far. Now, I want something to lay over that word love. And I was going to use masking tape, but that will peel that off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut out this piece of transfer backer. I'm going to cut a little smaller than the area. And this is going to be like my blocker. I'm still going to use it. I'm still going to put it back on there. But I want to cover up that word love. Trying to decide which way is wider. Okay, that looks good right there. And then I'm going to get my polka dot pattern. I think I'm going to need my fuzz towel for this one. I am just going to lay this down and remove the transfer. Just peel it up. I'm going to fuzz it on my fuzzing towel because it's bigger than the little one. So it'll fit better than doing it on my shirt. Okay. Now, I did cut this just a little bit too narrow. So I am going to carefully place this transfer right on top of that. Let's see, let's do, okay, maybe I'll do half and half. Let's try that. And actually, if I'm doing that, I can fully cover that up. Okay. Just lay it on there. I'm trying to line it up because I want my holes to match up when I do the other side. I want to repeat the pattern. I'm just going to smooth this on. Whoops, I didn't quite get the top. These are repositional. I'm going to do my dots right off the center line. You know what? In order for me to get this right, I'm going to do it the edge of the transfer in the center of the board. That way I can still line it up. Oh, and I keep not putting it high enough. So let's make sure it's high enough. Let's put it over here. If this gets stuck to itself, just gently pull them apart. If it's a really big mess, take it to your sink, run some water over it, and separate it under running water. Here we go. Okay. Rub all those bubbles out. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use a Couture Coral. I was going to do the pink, but I think I'm just going to do the coral. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I'm going over it and taking off the excess. And I do have a lot of excess that's not on the board. Putting it back in my container, we're going to reuse that. Smooth it out. Okay, let's take it off. Cute, very cute. Move this. Wipe off a few of those dots. Let's dry it real quick. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this down over the other half of the love. Let's cover that up. I'm going to go ahead and layer this on so that I can match up some of these dots. Oh, and we were going this way. So this might be a little trickier than the other one because we do have to match up some dots. Well, that wasn't too bad. Just going to go ahead and smooth it out so that I don't get any air bubbles. Okay, let's check this side. What do you guys think so far? Doesn't it look great? I'm gonna love it. Just covering up all those dots. Getting off the excess paste. I think I did this in 2 different colors. I think I did one in the coral and one in the pink. Let's see what happened here, guys. Whoops, and I just made a mess right there. I'm gonna let this dry and we'll wipe that off. Let's take this off. You know what? I really like it, guys. It is 2 different colors, but it looks good. I do think I need a few more dots in around this area, maybe above here too. And I'm just going to use the coral this time. We're going to kind of mix it up. Okay. See if I can see through some of these dots. So now that my transfer is dirty, it's a little bit harder to see. To line it up. I think that's okay. And maybe one more row here. Oh, these are kind of high. Let's see. Okay. Some of those dots didn't come out so good. Okay. And then maybe one more little splash right here. Two more dots. One right there, one right there. And we are done. What do you guys think of this? Oh my gosh, I got to clean up this little part over here. Let me try it real quick. And we'll get that string back on and we'll be done. Oops. What have I got that I can use? Maybe just this. Okay. Okay, let's get our string back in. So they had it with the knots on the front, so I'm just going to go ahead and string this through. I might have to tape this actually. Since my thread is, my rope is fraying and coming unraveled, I'm just going to go ahead and tape it with a little bit of Scotch tape. Wrap it as small as I can. I'm going to go ahead and poke it through the hole. Twist that end a little bit. There we go. We'll bring it through this other hole and we'll tie a knot. Now I was thinking about adding a bow. I'm just not sure I want it. I don't know. Do you guys think it needs a bow? Hello, how are you? Thanks for hopping on. So here's what it looks like right now. I think it's adorable. I think it could use like a hot pink bow on the top. So I'll probably go ahead and add a bow off camera, and I'll take a picture and I'll post it, and we'll call this finished. I hope you guys love it. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Thanks for watching.